The frisky sport was the brainchild of businessman Captain Flowers. In 1957, Flowers collaborated with engine manufacturer Meadows Engineering of Wolverhampton and persuaded a nearby lorry works to mould the natty glass fibre body. The resulting car could achieve 65 miles an hour.
Normally with all these small cars, you get used to going up and down a gearbox and accepting that you're going to be crawling up some of the long drags. I've never needed to use less than third gear on this on any hill that it's ever faced. It really has an excellent performance. One of the delights I have is that wherever you take it, people will let you out of side roads. You can be coming up to a junction and there's horrendous traffic. If you're in a modern car, you'll sit there for all day. But even giant juggernauts will screech to a halt and wave you out. Road rage, not heard of in any microcar. But something as unusual as a frisky literally can stop the traffic.
At £500, the same price as a four-seater Ford, the frisky was too expensive to catch on. But by now, veteran designer Laurie Bond realised styling mattered. He approached caravan manufacturer Barclay to create a range of micro sports cars which would appeal to the youthful, image-conscious driver. Paul Fitness first heard about Barclays when he was 16 years old. He rode a Lambretta, bought from his father's motorbike workshop. Paul was a mod.
I mean, I've got all the mod gear. I've got the parka and the fur around it, and I've got the leather gauntlets and a pair of gloves under those as well. But sitting there for what felt like hours on end, I really did get cold. So I looked for something else, and I'd always admired this line of Barclays outside Dad's workshop. They were owned by the mechanics, and they were all bright red, and they were always clean, and they always shined, and they'd got these huge chrome hubcaps on. I thought they looked beautiful, and I was dying to get one. So 6 months of motorcycling on a Lambretta, I decided, well, let's have a Barclay. I love the way they look. They look like a miniature type Jaguar from the front, and that really sort of captured my imagination.
Barclay produced an abundance of sleek designs, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, and the B105, capable of a terrifying 105 miles an hour. But its Royal Enfield engine was temperamental, and very few survive today. With so many designs, Barclay overstretched themselves, and by the end of 1959, it was all over for Barclay. But Paul cannot bear to part with his well-loved B105 and has nurtured it in his garden for the last 12 years. In 1960, the BSA Motorcycle Company thought they'd designed the perfect microcar with their all-steel Ladybird.
This car is particularly special. The original idea was by a chap called Edward Turner, who was the managing director of BSA Automotive at the time, and he allegedly penned it on the back of a cigarette packet, and it was built in 9 weeks by a chap called Ben Johnson, who was a master craftsman, and it's made out of steel. It's not glass fibre, it's all steel, and it's as good on the inside as it is on the outside. It's beautifully made. It's a work of art for a craftsman.
But the Ladybird was more than just a looker. It was a clever way of using BSA's existing Sunbeam scooter engine and relaunching their automotive division at the same time. But the engine was not without problems.
For such a small car, it makes an indecent amount of noise, I'm afraid. But its bark is definitely worse than its bite. It was only ever a prototype car. They never finished it, they never put on windscreen wipers or indicators, it didn't get a heater. So I fitted indicators and we recently MOT'd it, so it's only just got onto the road for the first time, and it's 38 years old. To drive, it's quite an experience. The steering's very direct. It's got a 4-stroke engine, so it's quite powerful. There's lots of torque. We've yet to explore the top speed. It's probably seen 40 miles an hour in its life, but no more than that. But it should be good for maybe 60 miles an hour.
For all its promise, the Ladybird was too little, too late. The British Motor Corporation chief, Leonard Lord, hated microcars. He commanded a team to make a car that would get rid of those blasted bubble cars forever. In 1960, Alec Isigonis designed the smallest possible car that would hold 4 adults. The result was the Mini, the greatest ever microcar. It cost the same as its microcar rivals, and small-scale producers couldn't match the reliability, comfort or handling of the Mini. Although a small number of microcars were produced into the 1970s, their golden age was over.